And if it doesn't, oh well.
We got 2 words for you. Yeah, we do.
Suck it. That'd be appropriate for tonight, right?
2 words for you.
Would we say that'd be appropriate for tonight?
What in the blue fuck is that?
Oh, it's a plug-in you can do so you can see tags and
This thing here.
yeah, it's a plug-in
Oh.
that you can see your tags, all that. vidIQ. So yeah, we should be live any second here. Refresh this. We've probably been live. There we go. I see us now. Hey guys, all right.
You can't see me.
So you can't see me. Well, yep. I guess that's probably what people were saying about Cena tonight. At least with the belt, the champ is not. He got to change that shirt real quick. So, how many of you? Hi, by the way. How many of you saw the pay-per-view? And how many of you are still waiting to get results? I guess there's Twitter too. So I mean, these days,
You watch Twitter, you get a
you pretty much, yeah. Twitter will kind of ruin it if you're waiting to see it later. But we had one hell of a main event and a pretty good Punk versus Brock Lesnar fight, and the rest was kind of ho-hum, wouldn't you say?
I think the majority of it was all home. Stuff like I asked him, you know, the way Daniel Bryan won that match, I was like, what?
Yeah, I almost missed it.
I'm like, really?
I think I wasn't expecting it. The only way I was expecting it to end that quickly is if something was going to happen afterwards, and eventually it did, and we'll get to that. But should we? You want to just pull up where we can see the list of? We'll get to your comments in a minute here, guys. But I also want to. I just kind of want to go down the list here. Start off as in the background. We'll have the main event match simming out for us behind here. We'll see if anything crazy happens in that, but we will also be talking as we go here.
So what did you think of that first match with Rob Van Dam?
Yeah, so we had the pre-show with Rob Van Dam taking on
Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose, and Ambrose with his crazy-ass faces, as always. Always love to watch him be in there, if not for any other reason. So, yeah, I mean, that pretty much went as expected.
Yeah, it did. Because of the fact that you knew the Shield was going to get involved and get disqualification and...
Exactly. So it ended in a DQ if you didn't see it. Dean Ambrose lost the match but retains the title because you can't lose it on a disqualification. So his buddies in the Shield, they bailed him out. And so I think the crowd was, I don't know, and generally not so thrilled about that outcome. But
that's what they had to expect, though.
But then if they would have known what was coming next, they probably would have... they probably... Oh, wow. That, I mean, what can you say about that?
Which one?
That Ring of Fire match.
That was
Kane versus Bray Wyatt.
It was fast.
It was fast.
A lot faster than I thought it would be.
It was fast, and you felt like, I mean, I know with the Wyatts they kind of are going for that odd, like, creepy feeling, but boy was it creepy, and I think it creeped out the whole crowd. They were just dead.
Yeah, the whole crowd was like, "There's fire." Oh boy.
Yeah. So, you know, after playing with the fire a little bit, you know, raising it up every time somebody would hit the mat, and it would raise and lower, and then, of course, you knew that the brothers were going to find a way to get in that ring.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I didn't know if, like, you know, power would go out and they'd somehow be in there because the fire went off. Well, that's not exactly what they did. They took a fire retardant blanket or a mat or whatever, and they put it down over there, and they were able to get in there. And they proceeded to beat the living hell out of Kane. So, and then he was pretty much just incapacitated. They pinned him, and then it got really spooky.
They got some weird headshot.
Yeah. They dragged him.
They
They dragged Kane out of the ring, and they basically set him up in front of the rocking chair there. Got the steel steps, one steel step, and placed his head on there. Almost looked like they were going to do like guillotine, like try to take his head right off.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, if that's what they were trying to do, they dropped it like right in the open space, so it would have never hit Kane's head anyway. But yeah, and so then they left and dragged him off with them. So
Yep.
we have no idea where Kane is right now. Probably back on their creepy old farm.
They're going to rehabilitate him.
Yeah, so he's got a movie to make, right? Is
Yeah.
basically what we're saying there. So he'll be gone 6 months or whatever, probably. So I don't know. That match
so
just
tomorrow in Raw, you're gonna sit here is like, we don't know what happened to Kane.
Yeah, we have no idea where he is, and then they'll shoot some more creepy promos where he'll be there and on the farm or something. But yeah, I don't know that match did nothing for me. So, but moving on.
The next match really didn't. I didn't care too much about it. Cody Rhodes and the Damian Sandow.
Yeah, I'm okay with the feud that's going on with them. With what happened after Money in the Bank, but
I think there should be a match where they put up the Money in the Bank contract.
Well, that would have made it more exciting. Obviously, I mean, do you think we're maybe leading to that?
I don't know.
I'm wondering if maybe that's coming up. Maybe we're leading to that, but as of right now, it really wasn't for anything. I love when that thing ends. And by the way, Cody Rhodes did win.
Mighty easily, too.
Yeah, like almost too easily, wouldn't you say?
It was like Sandow didn't put much of a fight.
No, the Sandow just wasn't very impressive tonight, and he lost. But I mean, I always love that. Oh, what a huge win for Cody Rhodes. Well, why?
Yeah.
Nothing was,
his fifth win in a row or some stupid thing over.
Yeah, the briefcase wasn't on the line. I mean, it was all kind of, whatever, So, again, I just don't think that the crowd was really feeling at that point. I mean, I think it really this pay-per-view took a really long time to gain its steam.
Yeah.
And I mean, luckily it was in the places where you'd want it to be, because looking at the matchups, you wanted that Punk match to be good, and you wanted the title match to be good. So I mean, I'd say we at least got good. I don't know if I'd say great, but we got good matches in both of those. But I mean, you had to look at this card and see one useless Divas match and another useless mixed tag match, and you had to know we were reaching for filler here.
Then we got the World Heavyweight Champion match.
Oh yeah, boy, I'd almost forgotten that one.
Del Rio versus Christian, and when did Christian ever hurt his arm? I'm trying to figure this one out.
Well, I don't know, but he sure made it abundantly clear that was hurting, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, wow.
I mean, every move, whether it was good for him or bad for him, he clutched that arm.
And the wrist.
And you just knew it was a matter of time until Del Rio exploited it.
He made it so obvious that who was going to win that match. It was just really stupid.
Yeah, exactly. So Del Rio does win and retain the title. Let's see, Christian never come close. And, he flirted with it a little bit. I mean, I guess Christian didn't have a bad match, but Del Rio retains. They weren't going to do anything with that title there, at least not at this point. About the most exciting thing that happened in that is that Del Rio demanded that he be announced in Spanish.
I personally would see Christian win it myself, but
I would have too. I was gonna say we were talking down to the end. We pretty much like everything we. I don't know if we say predicted or what's going on with our match, by the way. Oh, it was over.
It's over.
Well, let's.
How the hell was it over? I never saw anything go.
Let's rematch that bad boy.
It never started.
Oh, maybe they're just waiting to start. Sorry about that, guys.
It never started.
We got too much into talking about what we're doing. Am I actually controlling? Oh, I got the game. All right. I'll call her right down the middle for now.
Yeah.
For now, I'll call her right down the middle.
All right. The next match is Natalya and Brie Bella. Who cares?
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't know. We know exactly why that match was there. It was to promote Total Divas. And most of the Divas were around the ring at the time. Oh, by the way, we had JoJo sing the national anthem, and she did quite a nice job, I guess.
Star was a little bit whatever.
Yeah. She didn't embarrass herself. I was almost waiting for her to pull the Eve Marie and be like, oh, sorry, I really don't know how to sing. But she did. And she did fine. So, hey, she got on the show. I mean, you can't complain, right?
To me, the next match here was the match. Lesnar CM Punk, I think, was the match of the night.
It really was. I mean, they went back and forth.
Except for the whole damn thing with Heyman, I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was overplayed because, I mean, you knew Punk was going to be face-to-face with Heyman at some point. And you knew he was going to take a shot at him. But, I mean, it was like his Achilles heel, because every time he did it, of course, he turns around and Brock's waiting for him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I had no problem with that, but it's like one too many times it goes to the well, and if Punk just gets his priorities straight, he wins that match. Because, I mean, he really did hold his own, obviously saying he's not afraid of Brock, and he stood right up to him, but I mean, in the end, it was just too much. So Brock Lesnar does win the match. CM Punk ends up in the ring alone at the end and got quite an ovation, probably one of the best ovations of the night from the crowd, as they were, pretty heavily behind Punk the whole match, and then even afterwards. So he leaves rather slowly to a big ovation. But yeah, that one was back and forth.
40 minutes long, I think it was.
Yeah, I mean, they both took a beating. Punk had his back scratched up pretty bad, bleeding at one point in his back there. He had all sorts of... Should I count here?
Yeah, you probably should have.
Why not? Nah, why don't I oh, did I just DQ him? Whoops. Whoops! Oh, and apparently he won the last time, too, because he said retained. I'm really not paying attention to my footage here. Let's rematch until Cena gets it back. So yeah, I mean, the Brock fight was great. I mean, it was like you said, probably the highlight as far as Well, so definitely it wasn't the biggest. It wasn't the biggest event to happen in the night, but it was the best match.
It's better than the Dolph Ziggler, Kane, and Big E.
Oh my
AJ
God.
match. That thing was horrible.
That was filler. I mean, I guess you knew that coming in. I mean, what was going to really come of that? But Ziggler and Caitlyn do win it, and it ended up watching the replay and booting Cena there. That's great. I'm going to count like once every 10 minutes here.
Yeah, I guess Sandow does kind of have a Triple H's first gimmick.
Yeah.
He's kind of when he was about way back Hunter Hearst Helmsley. It was before that though.
Yep.
But then you get down to the best match. I mean, it was a good match.
I think it was like match A and match B between the Punk and Brock Lesnar, and then of course the main event, Cena versus Daniel Bryan. Now I'll admit, I was heavily rooting for Daniel Bryan coming in, and well, so was most of that crowd.
Most of it, I think 99.99%
right.
of it was.
You always have your, well, you got your loyal Cena fans, and you got all the people who want to see Cena lose. And then you had the heat going for Daniel Bryan coming into this. So I mean, obviously he was the fan favorite, and it was I mean, it was like you said. When was the last time you heard them chant "This is awesome" in a Cena fight?
You never have.
Yeah, right, exactly. And you did tonight, and that's credit to Daniel Bryan because he really put on a show. He really did, and. And they did a good job selling back and forth, and it really was pretty fun to watch. He tried to put just about every submission he could on Cena points in the match. And
the problem is Cena tried to wrestle.
Yeah, that was kind of probably his downfall, wasn't it?
He tried to wrestle.
He tried to wrestle.
And like I said, I still hate the ending to that match. He just knees him in the head and door.
Yeah, well, like I said, I almost missed it. So if you hadn't heard, if you're under a rock and don't follow Twitter or not, but I mean, hey, you're watching this, so maybe you're still trying to find out. So Daniel Bryan does win the WWE Championship, and he gets congratulated by Triple H, and the confetti flies, and we're looking at the clock, and we're like, there's still about 12 minutes or so left, and that they could possibly work with, and we're like, this is a little early, feeling a little. It was a little early to end it, although it could have ended there, but you just had that feeling when we weren't quite done.
Well, when they show all that celebration for 10 minutes, whatever the hell it was, you knew something was going to happen in that match.
Right.
And I just had a feeling Triple H was going to do what he did, and...
You called it, didn't you? You just did. I don't know. For a second there, we thought it was going to go by the wayside, because it's all over, and... Then here comes Randy Orton's music, and he comes down with the briefcase, and we're like, okay, what's going on? Because Daniel Bryan's standing there, well aware of what's going on. It's not like he's out and incapacitated or anything. And so there stands Your girlfriend's pissed because Cena lost. Wish me luck, guys. Oh boy, yeah. We will.
Tell her she needs to root for a real person.
So so there stands in the ring Daniel Bryan with you had a kind of a nice exchange there between Cena and Daniel Bryan. He said something to him which you couldn't hear.
Yeah, he mumbled like twice to him.
Yeah. Oh, during the match, yeah. But I'm talking about after when he's like, obviously saying you earned this or something. He's pointed, enjoy this, blah blah blah. Cena leaves, and it's just Triple H and Daniel Bryan there, and then the screw job happened.
The screw job. I was really waiting for Vince McMahon to come up. And do
I was
something.
too. I was waiting for he or Brad Maddox or somebody to be out there to interfere in some way. That never happened, but it didn't have to, because Triple H apparently didn't want Danny Bryan to be champion either. Took him out cold, and as Randy's just standing there going, okay, hands over the briefcase, cashes in. Quick 3 count, and somebody who wasn't even on the card coming in. Like you said, this is weird, because when was the last time you saw Randy Orton not be on a main, pay-per-view? Well, there he was, comes out, and he ends the night the champion. Oh, I think I'm getting booted as special referee there, because I wasn't doing anything. I think that was Laurinaitis who came out to tell me. Okay, that was strange. Yeah, so it's crazy. We got kids in the background here that are nuts, and I think apparently my son is no, he wasn't sad that as he calls him John Wiener lost.
John Wiener.
John Wiener. But he is sad that CM Punk lost. He's a Punk fan, so.
You're going to see the rebirth of what the fuck is that?
Well, that's what I said. Laurinaitis came out and kicked Triple H out.
No.
And he brought in another ref, because I was clearly not watching what was going on.
He said last time I heard this is awesome. Well, there you go. Once again, though. CM Punk versus Cena. Punk made it.
There you go. You had a wrestler in the match.
Yeah.
That's exactly why. Yep.
That's why you always see the great match between Daniel Bryan and Punk would be an awesome match.
Those are amazing. Remember, we were sitting here watching their amateur days going against each other. Yeah, it's shoot. I almost would have liked to have seen that for a title.
I do want to see something that goes back to the old days where Vince McMahon had his whole crew against Stone Cold Steve Austin and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'd love to see something like that happen.
Basically, pop us out of the PG era.
Yeah.
Can you help me with something, Jim?
What?
Oh, Mrs. Nodis fans here.
How to get my picture?
I don't know.
It shows a black square.
I have no clue.
Is there a setting?
I don't know.
I looked in the settings.
Mrs. Nodis fans trying to figure out Skype here.
Yeah. I'm on Skype with my
So, say hi to everybody. We're just going over the
Hi,
pay-per-view.
everybody.
Who was she saying?
So,
Meanwhile,
hey,
Coleman's balling.
Does anybody know with an iPhone how to not have the black square? What? You're looking at me weird. I can't see myself. Oh, I can't ask them?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry.
You're not going to get an answer for 5 minutes. But go ahead.
Why?
Oh, welcome to the Nodis fan household. It's always crazy around here. So.
No, seriously. I wanted to know if anybody knew.
Well, I figured that's why you asked. Yeah. You have anything to add about the pay-per-view?
Yeah, she hates divas.
Oh, that's right. Hey, you want to hear Mrs. Nodis fans rant about the Divas? Go. Total Divas. What do you think? Love that show,
I
right?
think they're fucking hot.
Okay, she just did a complete 180 there.
I think I want to fuck them all.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, hopefully the 12-year-olds watching aren't permanently scarred now. That's okay.
What the hell?
Like, Mom, I was just trying to find out what happened on the pay-per-view, and some lady said I wanted to fuck the Divas.
I'm just seeing if anyone has any ideas.
And like I said, again, you'll see the answers to that in about 5 minutes.
So, Jim, you can't try to figure it out?
What,
Settings?
There's rumors that Austin and Triple H at WrestleMania 30. That'd be awesome.
See
I don't think Austin could possibly. I thought his neck wouldn't let him wrestle anymore.
See, my picture doesn't show up.
No more commentary. Oh, you mean about the matches? Yeah, well, we're wrapping up there, but.
Much about Skype, do I?
Anyway, I guess my feelings on it. It was quite a twist at the end, giving Orton the cash in, but I don't know. Once again, I feel bad for my man Daniel Bryan. I was kind of hoping he'd hold the title more than a couple minutes again.
That doesn't work either.
See, he
but
can see us, but we can't.
It doesn't work either, huh? I don't do Skype ever, man.
We're having Skype technical difficulties.
And guess what?
How about you hang up and call him and see what happens?
Oh,
yeah, try that.
It doesn't work on the iPad either.
Well, use
this thing here.
Well, aren't you using that?
No,
too?
it's fine. I got
You
it.
want the iPad?
I got it here. It's fine.
Are you sure?
No.
Thanks for reading my comment. Sure, Mr. Hammer 101 peeps. So what did you guys think? Those of you who watched it, what was the strongest match? What was your favorite point? Were you happy with the way this ended with Orton cashing in and now becoming WWE champion? Do you feel bad for Daniel Bryan like I do? I think Jim was happy with the ending here. I think that's kind of what you were looking for to happen, right? With Orton cashing in.
I'd rather have Orton champion than either one of those.
And the way it happened with Triple H.
I do like Daniel Bryan, but I like seeing my old school people.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of a Daniel Bryan fan, but I'm cool. I can live with it though. He's gonna be that guy that gets 18 seconds at SummerSlam or at WrestleMania, and now this. So he's definitely had some adversity to work through.
The count again.
What's that?
You forgot the count.
Oh, here you want to count. You want to count so he can stick around this time and not get in trouble.
Get up, man.
Or you can do that.
Get up.
It's kind of fun being special guest ref because you can do whatever you want.
No.
You know the thing is, and I should have known, is that he was straight down the middle. He was so professional during the match.
Well, I got count. Oh yeah.
Give the quick count. Or the extremely slow count. There you go. Work for it, Cena. Work for it.
Screw you. Get off him.
Yeah, baby. Oh, but he did call it so right down the middle that you're like, wait a second, why'd they bother having the special guest ref if something's not happening afterwards, and there it was. So what do you guys think here? I'm looking for some comments here, and I know they were kind of slow to update, but how would you rate the pay-per-view overall? How do you think it stacks up with what we've had in the past couple months?
No.
I felt like Money in the Bank was pretty good as far as the ladder matches were concerned. Had pretty decent matches, but yeah, I mean this one was definitely top heavy. The last two were by far the best.
Get out of here. Fuck you.
I'm surprised they haven't thrown you out yet.
Get out of here.
Oh, to the steel steps. Oh, Cena. Boy.
Count what?
I was kind of hands off. You're very much hands on. You're counting the 10 count or being out, I guess. Yeah, you're making them work to get back in there. Oh, man.
You don't get no finishers, bitch.
That's crazy. I'm going to try to refresh this to see if I get any comments.
What is he going to do? What's he doing, man?
Whoa.
Did you see that?
Sorry about that.
Just suplex to the top rope.
Oh,
out
dang.
to the floor, dude.
It would have been smart to tweet this out at the start of it. Oh, well.
Look how fast he'll count if you make him.
You can do like the Brad Maddox count at Raw the other night.
Come on, Daniel. Get down on the ground.
Okay. I've seen 3 people now. Mr. Hammer Peeps, Mr. Falcon Punch 200, and Micah does it. They all say 8 out of 10. Did you say 8 out of 10?
The pay-per-view?
Yeah.
No. What's up? I don't need that.
Kara said you needed it.
We do?
Well, Kara.
Okay, well, thanks. Appreciate it. I don't know that I'd go 8 out of 10. I mean, the ending definitely probably saved a point or so.
If you're looking at 2 matches alone, you'd get 8 out of 10, but
yeah,
not the rest of it though.
I'd almost go like until the twist at the end. I was about ready to give it like a 5, maybe.
Get out of the ring, you dumbass.
Wouldn't you say? About a 5 or so, just because the card as a whole wasn't that great. But the way everything ended, I don't know. I guess I'll probably give it a 6.
Look at this guy. Fuck you, Orton. Really?
Whoa. I'm assuming WWE Freak 369. You were happy with the Daniel Bryan win and just leave it as it is. Because I would have been clearly fine with that too. I mean, I don't know. I suppose it could have worked to cash in on Raw again, but. At least giving him a day.
I saw that match, I'm like, okay, we're going to see a catch.
It almost felt like that when Orton started. Because Orton, when he came down, his music hit, he walked down, and he stared down Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan threw down the title, and he's like, come on, get it. If you want it, let's do this. And Orton kind of, he posed. He stopped, he paused, he posed with the briefcase, kind of, held it up to the crowd. And then he slowly turned around and started walking, but you could kind of tell he was going to, look back. He looked back around over his shoulder when Daniel Bryan started getting the yes chant going, and he then kind of stopped and looked at him again, and that's when Triple H hit him. So that was, I don't know, expected but unexpected, I guess. I don't know. We definitely threw that out there as an idea since he really didn't screw either one of them during the match.
I'm going to screw him somewhat.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much how the night went for Daniel Bryan, wasn't it? Woohoo!
You're done.
Except it was Orton. Yeah! Except it was Orton benefiting, not Cena. Oh, wow. Now there was a quick count. Well, there's a man who definitely was not holding the belt at the end. It's John Cena. But yeah, crazy turn of events. Anything else stick out for you for this pay-per-view?
For most SummerSlams, this is. I mean, I've watched wrestling for a long time, and this is. I decided to say. This is probably one of the weakest ones I've seen, man.
You just really long to get out of this PG era, don't you?
I need to go back to Attitude Era. That thing was awesome.
I know.
God, that's what I grew up. That's what I grew up watching, man. I should say I was way before that, but
8 out of 10 was better than WrestleMania. WrestleMania was shit. WrestleMania was shit. Remember, everything that should have happened at WrestleMania happened on Raw the night after. Ziggler cashed in. Yeah. Remember, we just thought it was weak that we weren't getting any of that.
Yeah, 'cause every time we try to think about something on this one, we're like, oh, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing happened here. Oh, nothing happened here. And we're like, come on, you guys got to do something that's out of the ordinary here.
Well, remember when I said too, I'm like, come on, something's got to be out of the ordinary here. Something's got to be eventful tonight.
Yeah.
And and Daniel Bryan winning was eventful enough. I mean, that had the crowd going nuts. So I mean, right there, even if they quit there, they're ahead.
Yeah.
With the crowd. I mean, remember I said right before that, I'm like, why can't they just give the crowd what they want? Just give them Daniel Bryan. And I no more than look back at the screen and Daniel Bryan had won. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah. WWE
so now you know what's going to happen, don't you?
What's that?
You're going to have a triple threat. For the next time they're what was it called? The Night of Champions.
Night of Champions. 4 weeks from now. The 15th, I believe.
We'll have a triple threat for the title now.
Yeah, can see that. So, any predictions on how long Orton holds the title? Think it'll be a long run, a short run?
It'll be. It should be a decent one. Not,
At least you give it to a guy who's like out there having matches all the time.
What?
What's that?
Oh, okay, I read that wrong. Forget.
What?
I thought you getting 7.5. He said the pay-per-view was 7.5.
Yeah, 7 point overall. He said.
Punk and Brock. I'm like, what?
Punk versus Brock was a 10. Cena and Bryan was a 9. Yeah, I mean the Punk versus Brock was a great match. I mean it really was. It had the crowd in it the entire time. They lost their minds over it.
I've never been a Brock Lesnar fan, so
yeah, it's funny because he's from here. He's from the Twin Cities. Wrestle for the Gophers and all that.
I've seen the guy many times in my life. He's one big motherfucker.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
I mean he calls in on the the local sports shows in here all the time. He's good. Well, actually, he was good buddies with Superstar, who's no longer on there anymore. So I shouldn't say he probably doesn't as much as he used to. But I mean, it's not that I don't like Brock, but I like Punk a lot better.
There you go. Did you see that? He caught him off the top rope and just didn't move.
Yeah, we had a lot of, if we're talking in WWE 13 terms, if we're talking video game terms tonight, we had a lot of mid-air finishers. We had a lot of catches mid-air, whether it was Brock or whether it was Cena. Yeah, we saw a lot of that tonight. So I kept saying, oh, mid-air finisher, we're seeing it. So, yeah, I guess along those lines, how psyched are any of you who play the games? Are you... Here he goes again. He's got him. Come on, Triple H. Oh, it's Cena's turn this time. You got to slow that though.
I know, I hit it.
Oh, and he just got out right away. So those of you who paid attention to what any of the news coming out from WWE 2K14, our very own buddy Tubby Emu was out there for SummerSlam. He'd be doing one of these shows himself right now, if he could, but he's probably just getting out of the arena himself. So we're doing one in his honor tonight here. So Tubby, I'm sure you're not watching this, but this goes out to you. Our buddy Smalls was in the arena. Smalls was there tonight. I know Wiza was there. I don't know. We had a good amount of people. If you follow Yard, It's My Yard, he was there, I believe. CM Pulse. So a lot of the wrestling commentators on YouTube were out there for the WWE 2K14 events. So obviously they announced the.
Yes.
Have you seen the list yet of the wrestlers in the 30 Years of WrestleMania mode?
No.
I should pull those up and get your reaction before we get out of here.
Oh shit! What happened, man? Oh, go fuck yourself.
Oh, they're taking you out. Since you are longing for the old school days, we'll go through this list and see who you approve of and who you don't.
Can I kick somebody's ass before I get out of here?
Maybe.
Damn you motherfucker. Take me out of the match, motherfuckers.
I'll get this list up, and I just want to get your opinion because some of these are really, really old school, but it kind of spans the.
You can relive the Hulk Hogan body slam and Andre the Giant.
Yep. Well, you can definitely do that. So then they're gonna have all the vintage sets and everything for all the different years.
And Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy in a steel cage.
I believe you can. I think King Kong Bundy is in. Let's go down this list, and this is alphabetical order now. It's not in chronological. Alberto Del Rio, obviously, he's going to be in the game. Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Bautista.
Why?
I don't know. Big John Studd.
Oh, you could have the the body slam contest between Big John Studd and Andre the Giant.
Yep. You got Big Show and you got Big Show Retro. So two eras of Big Show. Wouldn't that just be Paul White? I guess not. You had a couple.
He had a different name.
Two eras of Big Show. You got Bret the Hitman Hart.
Of course.
You got Brock Lesnar, both
retro,
regular and retro. Yep. You got Jericho and Jericho Retro.
You got Diesel.
You got Punk. You got Diesel. You got Edge. You got. How good is it going to be doing Ryback versus Goldberg matches? Goldberg's in the game. You got Hulk and you got Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Two eras there. JBL is playable character this year. Cena and Cena Retro.
Some of these retro fucking things.
Well, because if they've been around long enough, you're gonna have them in the older matches and and the newer era WrestleManias. Like I guarantee you're gonna have Cena Rock 1.
Why is Kane only retro?
Is he only retro?
Yeah.
Oh, he is. Oh, that's weird. There's King Kong Bundy for you.
Yeah.
Mick Foley. Yeah. I mean, he's in. All three of his characters were in this year. Orton, Macho Man.
You can relive the Razor Ramon.
Yeah, Razor Ramon
match versus Shawn Michaels.
Hell yeah! Oh, you'll set that one up.
Oh.
That'll probably be the first video you cut from the game.
That was
I
the
could
best
see that
match ever, dude.
So I haven't read exactly if you're gonna have to do these in order, or if you can jump around or not. But it'll be an interesting mode to go through, definitely. You have Ric Flair and Ric Flair Retro.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yeah, Steamboat.
What the hell was his God, what the hell is he so good at? I can't remember. Whatever. Pass on.
This one excites me.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Sergeant Slaughter, man.
Really?
Hey, I was a G.I. Joe freak back in the day, the cartoons. So
where's the Iron Sheik?
I don't know. He's on Twitter. He goes nuts on Twitter. Like
really?
He comes off as a very, very crazy person.
$1 million man.
Well, there you go. You got Ted DiBiase. We skipped a few. We got Stone Cold. Oh, you have to have Stone Cold, right? Your buddy, HBK.
Oh, of course.
He's got to be there for you. The Miz. Why?
Because he won the championship at WrestleMania.
Okay, so he's got to be in there, I guess. You got The Rock and Retro Rock, obviously. Triple H and Retro Triple H. Ultimate Warrior. Now that's gonna be interesting because Ultimate Warrior is supposed to be the if you pre-order the game, he's supposed to be the unlockable.
Yeah.
But how can you have him in a mode if you have to pre-order? I don't quite get that. We'll see how that works out. Retro Undertaker, but only Retro.
No, you got that already.
Oh no, there he is. Okay, I skipped over. My mic was in the way. And Yokozuna.
Yokozuna.
So that's your confirmed list for 30 years of WrestleMania mode. Now they have not announced the main roster yet. Your main stable of Raw and SmackDown. But there you go. So that should be interesting. So we go from Attitude Era to 30 years of WrestleMania coming up this year.
You can make up the original NWO.
Yeah.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan with Diesel and Razor Ramon.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
You're just missing X-Pac.
He's already getting some ideas here. Oh, as they go through the table, look at that shot. I don't usually see that shot from behind from where King and everybody's sitting. That's pretty cool. Apparently, Cena has infinite finishers right now.
Dude.
Oh, that's right, because they kicked you out a long time ago. So, yeah, so there you go. 33 different guys in all. This is just for 30 years of WrestleMania, and it says if it's any guide, last year's current era roster featured 50 performers plus the 35 in Attitude Era. So you can look at another 45 to 50 wrestlers announced.
You get JBL, one of the best all-time world champs.
Yep.
He held that belt forever.
It'll be interesting to see.
I can't believe I don't have Rey Mysterio on that, or unless he's one of the regular rosters.
They did in all the talk about Darren Young the other day. They did announce him as on the roster.
Oh, Rey?
No, Darren Young.
Oh.
You heard about that, didn't you?
What? No.
That TMZ caught him at the airport coming into town, and he became the first openly gay superstar.
Oh, Darren Young?
Yep.
Oh.
He announced himself.
Millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
Millions of penises. Millions of penises.
So, I don't know. It felt a little... it definitely was the storyline. It was real. But it felt a little staged as almost like, hey, I got something for you. Because, the question led him, but it just seemed like too much of a setup. I don't know. Anyway, there was lots of, Triple H and Stephanie, they all congratulated him, and so did Vince. And so
about what?
For coming out. Having the courage to come out and all this stuff. So, there you go. Your very first openly gay superstar. But he was confirmed. Is that my kid going down the stairs? Really?
I don't know, somebody pounding the stairs.
Cena wins by pinfall. Alright, well with that I guess we'll probably call it. But rate the pay-per-view where you must. I say probably overall I give it a 6, but I do agree that those last two matches were more.
Two? Maybe I say last 2 to 3.
Well, right, because we had one sandwich in there that was pointless. But I'm talking about the Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, and then, of course, Cena. I guess we could say Cena, Daniel Bryan / Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah.
Because Orton does leave as your champ, which was quite a way to twist it at the end.
Monday Night Raw pretty good.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to miss Raw tomorrow night. You're definitely going to take a look at that because it's going to be... People who didn't pay attention to what happened tonight are going to be a little bit surprised tomorrow when Orton's holding the belt. So, all right, well, that'll pretty much wrap it up. We had a good time watching. We had a better time watching the last, 2 meaningful matches there. Would have liked a little more well-rounded card, but I don't know. I don't know if you think we'll be getting Night of Champions. I guess we'll have to see.
Night of Champions, you have every champion fighting that night.
Well,
and that's where you're going to have you'll probably have the Shield defending their champions for once.
That's true. Against the Wyatt family, maybe?
I'm still picking.
Is that still
Big
down the
Show
road?
And,
yeah, I suppose we kind of have.
I do Big Show and.
We're still right in the middle of that, aren't we?
Somebody's gonna get their ass kicked.
Mark Henry, because that's what I do. So, thanks for joining us, guys. These comments have not updated in the longest time. I will take one more look at them here before we're out. 7.5 out of 10. Main events made the show. I totally agree.
Somebody needs to make
millions of penises. Bautista's coming back to WWE at the end of the year. Really? Okay. Are we playing anything else in this stream? Nope. This is just a recap of the SummerSlam pay-per-view. So
next Sunday we're gonna do a recap of the NFL football draft.
Yeah, we'll have to be doing that too. Did I see Smalls and Paul's video bomb the roster reveal? I did. It was hilarious. I should show that to Jim before he leaves. And did I watch the symposium last night? No, but I heard all about it from Tubby Emu, and they had a lot of guys on a panel talking. At the WWE 2K14 event and stuff. It was Stone Cold and a bunch of others. Ric Flair. I think Heyman was there. There was probably 6 or 7. I think Ziggler.
No, they don't like my triple threat idea.
Huh?
No, he didn't like it. But you think Cena's gonna be gone with the elbow? He's supposed to need surgery. I'm guessing to get rid of it.
Yeah. Does anyone who watched the pay-per-view, does someone want to tell me what the deal was with him going over to the trainer and whispering something to him and then he wouldn't share with the announcers?
Yeah, he did.
He did?
Yeah, he said that his elbow is fine.
I thought they made that up.
I think that's what he said, though.
Oh, okay, well. It was just kind of weird. It's like I was waiting for that to play into the match, and it never really did.
I was just still trying to figure out after Cena did, I can't remember what he did to Daniel Bryan, but he was lying on top of Daniel Bryan, and he was saying something to him at that time. He said it twice in a row, and I couldn't figure out what it was. Mm-hmm. Back to back, he said it.
Well, at one point I thought he said, "Am I facing camera?" or something like that. Like, I was like, he almost asked if he was, because he looked like he was out of it. Tracker. Hey, man. How's it going? So, I think that's going to just about do it for us. If we don't leave now, the kids are about to take over anyway, so got to get these guys to bed. Pretty decent SummerSlam. Really good couple matches. And I'm looking forward to Raw tomorrow night. Don't miss that one. Should be pretty cool. So, we will leave...
Here comes your loud TV.
My loud TV? Yeah. Alright, guys. Well, it is getting a little crazy in here, and I don't want to get copyright strikes against myself for whatever they're watching on YouTube. Well, I guess that's... whatever it is. Cartoons or something, so... Alright, there you go. Randy Orton leaves SummerSlam, your WWE champion. Not Daniel Bryan, not John Cena. Daniel Bryan had it for about a minute or two.
You should have hell longer than 18 seconds.
Yeah, it was longer than 18 seconds this time. Not much. But Triple H made sure of that. So I'm sure there'll be some fireworks tomorrow on Raw. Tune in for that. Oh my God, here comes Coleman. Cole the Troll is caving us in here. So we'll talk to you later, guys.
Later.